Welcome to your Energy Alchemy Forecast for the week of November 17th through the 23rd. We have the theme of the week is a vision for the future. And I really feel like there is something in this week that just feels optimistic and forward moving and like finally flipping a page in a collective story that we're getting. So today on the 17th, no major astrology, but tomorrow we have Mercury, which is the planet of communication, in Sagittarius right now, which is the philosopher, opposed, so pulling taut. Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion, which is in Gemini right now, the communicator. And what I love about this energy is that Mercury is the ruling planet of Gemini, so they're in comfortable positions even though they're opposed. And Jupiter, which is in Gemini, is the natural ruling planet of Sagittarius. And so all four of these energies are really comfortable together, even though they're in what is considered a more challenging aspect. But I think really what it's doing here, instead of it being more of a challenge, I think it's more of a refinement, because there is some of this energy, Mercury opposing Jupiter, that feels a little like, well, actually, like two nerds just having a nerd off, or like the debate stage, getting on a debate stage and like two well-suited opponents going at each other. Some of that energy is in here, but there's also are you walking your talk? It's kind of like you've got the one friend who's always like, well, I would do that, I would do that, I would do that, I would do that. And they never do it though. And then finally one day somebody's like, so do it. Go do it. You say you could jump the fence, go do it. It's almost like a calling out, or like a, yeah, go and try that. And these energies, when it comes to Sag and Gemini, Gemini rules over lower education, Sag rules over higher education. Sag is our philosopher, our psychologist, our ideologists. They are our visionaries. They are looking ahead, and they are forward thinking, and they're optimistic, and they're visionaries. And then we've got Geminis, who are more of our like street level, superheroes. It's like the difference between Sag is more of like a Batman. Okay, he's got resources, he's got knowledge, he's got education, etc. Or like a Mr. Incredible. And then, I'm sorry, not Mr. Incredible. I meant Mr. Fantastic. Fantastic Four, whatever. I don't know why I'm getting that all confused right now. Gemini is more of a daredevil. It's street level hero, street level fighting, and it matters. So, I don't know why that was the comparison I wanted to make, but it's important because Geminis are all about an embodied experience. They need to learn through trial and error. They are the epitome of jack of all trades, but a master of none. But a master of none is better than a master of one, because whatever they're interested in, they become kind of these mini experts on, because they can very quickly do deep dives on those topics, because that's how they learn, and that's how they process, and that's how they let the information sink in. And so there's kind of this like, all right, stop talking about it. Stop thinking about it. Just do it. Like, just do it. Just try it. Walk your talk. So some of that is priming us on an educational level and an articulation level for the rest of the week. Because on Tuesday, the 19th, we have the long-awaited transit, Pluto finally moving into Aquarius, where it will be for the next 20 years until 2044. And all I can say is welcome to the revolution, Violet. Okay? If you know, you know. So there is revolution that comes with this. It's revolutionary. And what I love about this energy is we can look back at the last time that Pluto was in Aquarius, which was 1778 until 1798. Okay. And during that period of time, we had the American Revolution, we had the French Revolution, and we had the Industrial Revolution. So it was already upon us the last time that this was here. And if you look at those things, the American and the French Revolution in particular, we are looking at discrepancies in class, which is what we've just come out of in the past 16 years, with Pluto going through Aquarius, Pluto going through Capricorn, particularly in America's chart. That was in our house of finances. And so when it went in 2008, we had a recession. And as it moves out, the number one topic as we move towards an election is the economy, is price gauging, is taxes and tax cuts. These are all things that we as American people are focused on right now in our current political climate. So there is this kind of tag back to the last time that this happened. But also, if you think about the Industrial Revolution, we advanced our technology, and here we are in the boom of AI and innovating all of these new ways that we are engaging in the world. We're certainly going to see new types of tech come out, particularly because Aquarius as an air sign rules over technology, and just our advancement at this point from, the last time that we had the Industrial Revolution, which lasted until about the 1890s. Okay. So long after Pluto was in Aquarius, but still it kicks something off. Well, long after Pluto was in Aquarius last time. Okay. But it kicks something off, and we're already starting to see this. And a lot of it is probably going to be around regulations. We are so tech heavy. You're starting to see dopamine detoxes, etc. And I think all of this is really great. So it's going to be interesting to see what the next 20 years will bring. What I also love about Pluto and Aquarius, because Pluto is transformational, Aquarius is a humanitarian in our collective consciousness, we will probably see advancements around climate change and sustainability. We will see people start to come back to community values. There is nothing that Aquarius does better than build a longer table instead of a higher fence. So this is really just beautiful energy. I did a whole presentation on the age of Aquarius and how it is our personal awakening on a collective level, but it will hit all of us personally. How it is our awakening of our deeper purpose in this lifetime. If you feel like your purpose has been elusive and you haven't been able to find it and you don't know what it is, I guarantee you that you will have a takeaway from that workshop. It's completely free. All you need to do is sign up for my newsletter. I will tag that below. But it was a great little workshop that we did, a nice little masterclass where you can get some more information about what is going to unfold in Pluto and Aquarius. Okay. So Wednesday, the 20th, no major astrology, but on Thursday, the 21st, the sun moves into Sagittarius. So here we go again. We've got that Sag energy kind of in the beginning of the week and then the end of the week. And then it's sandwiching in that Pluto, that Aquarius. We're having cat stuff going on right now. So the sun moving into Sag means that we as a collective get to have more experiences on the visionary front, that we on the collective get to have an expansion of forward thinking, an expansion of our ideology and our own personal philosophy. And that is how we will round out this week. There's no major astrology on Friday or Saturday, but Pluto moving into Aquarius, I'm not going to lie, as Pluto, which is a major planet, moves into Aquarius, this is not necessarily comfortable energy. It does stir the pot a little bit. But it's like the transit overall just feels so positive to me. It feels so necessary. It feels like, I don't know. I always cry when I hear the song, but if you ever listen to anything from Les Mis, which why would you? But I was a theater major, okay? So I do all the time. When they do, can you hear the people sing? That song makes me cry every time because that's just how it feels, like this reclamation of what it is to be human, of what it is to be connected to the world around you. And we've been I'm going to get choked up talking about this right now, but we've been in such a state, especially here in America, we've been in such a state of divisiveness that it feels so far away. Your next door neighbor at this point, it could have a completely different ideology than you, and how that feels so threatening to both neighbors. And so this idea of getting into Pluto in Aquarius, where we focus back on communities, where we start to care about our neighbors again, where we start to bridge these gaps. And instead of finding more and more reasons to loathe and despise your neighbor and create more division between us, it feels like, how can we come together? And that's why when you hear things about the age of Aquarius, if you listen to Hair, if you watch Hair, or you listen to the song The Age of Aquarius, right? Uh, if you think about, what it was to be in that sort of 60s Age of Aquarius like vibe, how communal it was, and especially at that point during the 60s when we were, and now there was not necessarily major Aquarian energy. It was not like Pluto was in Aquarius in the 60s. It wasn't. But obviously the 60s highlighting Aquarius, right? And into the 70s. And so in the 60s, when you have civil rights and you have a lot of women movements happening and all of this stuff, we're getting a taste of that again, of what it is to evolve as a consciousness, as a collective consciousness, as a humanity, and what it means for us to let go of what we thought it was versus what we know it could be. That's where this week feels like it's going. It doesn't feel like, well, we're here. It feels like, let's get excited. Let's draw the map. What is the vision for the future? What do we want? How do we make it happen? And I think that's really beautiful, lovely energy to support us this week. So with that being said, we will do our pick a pile. Okay. We are looking at your vision for the future and what you need to do to get there. So we've got pile number 1, pile number 2. Wouldn't it be nice if we had 3 hands? Pile number 3. Okay. 1, 2, or 3. Trust your gut. Okay. Pile number 1. Ooh, 3, 2, 1, jump. Now, what I love about this is there is in here almost like a city, like a little city. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, he's jumping off a cliff, perhaps. Anyway, as I'm looking at this, it feels almost like this little heart piece went through. You can see there's like a do not disturb sign. It's not that, but we'll use that as our language. Almost like this is like a little portal, and then they left this behind. So again, 3, 2, 1, jump. It's almost like if you picked pile number 1, wherever your heart is leading you, as far as that's your vision for the future, that's really in your heart of hearts, and you do need to let it be heart focused. In your heart of hearts, what you feel the future could be, what you feel the potential of the future could be, it's like you actually need to be the embodiment of it. You need to be the embodiment of it. So if you're like, okay, this is how manifesting works. This is exactly how manifesting works. Manifesting works when we act as if, and this is you acting as if. Acting as if whatever this heart's desire is already come to fruition. But this isn't just about you. This is about where your heart is leading you, and that will always lead you to helping other people when you are in alignment with the heart's truest desire. So I really feel that this week in particular, as we're talking about this vision for the future, and obviously wherever you have Pluto, wherever you have Aquarius and wherever you have Sag this week, those are 2 spaces that you really want to look at and highlight and focus on, because those are going to give you context clues in your chart about where to go and what you're passionate about and what you're visionary with. But this is telling me like you already have this in your heart of hearts. And one of the things that I will say about Aquarius is like, it's the thing that you can't shut up about. Even if the thing that you can't shut up about is the thing that it doesn't even feel major, right? It just is a thing that drives you. There may be many things, by the way. Some of them you can go deeper with, some of them you may not. But here in particular, like every Friday, I go out with my garbage pickers, because Friday is our garbage day here. Every Friday I go out with my garbage pickers and I pick up the garbage that gets kind of blown around from the garbage can into the truck. Because it bothers me. It bothers me. It's just something There's no calling the town about it. There's no petitioning to my neighbors to do things better or to like do their fair share of it. It doesn't have to be my responsibility. I don't need to go out and do that. It's easy, right? I could go out, I could be like, well, that's their problem, not my problem, which there's so much of that in the world. So wherever you feel like, sure, it's not necessarily my problem, but I'm impacted by it and it bothers me. So why wouldn't I do something about it? Where do you feel that in your life? And it could be multiple different places. As I'm saying this, as I'm speaking about this, I don't know if you could just see it, but it is a cloudy, rainy day right now. And like the sun just came out because this is what it is to live in alignment. To actually be connected to the world around you, you don't need to always do something about everything. But when you care about something, when you actually really care about something because you care about it, no one's paying me to go clean up my neighborhood. No one's giving me a round of applause. I plug in my audiobook or a podcast or I call my mom. Hi, Mom. And I go and I do it because I care about it. Because I know I can make a change. Am I fixing the whole problem? No. Is there more work that needs to be done? Yes. Am I doing it through my whole neighborhood? No. But am I making my block a little bit nicer for me, for the wildlife on my block, for the animals, for the trees, for, my neighbors? Yes. You need to just go affect change where you feel in your heart it's coming from the best place possible because you care about it. That's living as if. Living as if. I'm not living in a reality where the world cares about climate and sustainability maybe the way that I do, but I know I'm not alone either. And I know that the little bit that I do impacts 7 generations. Everything that you do mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally impacts the next 7 generations. So when you think you're not having an impact, you need to zoom out and recognize that you are having a deeper impact than you even realize. And this is so significant because that's what gives you the freedom to act as if. Act as if it's 7 generations from now. And the thing that you wanted, you'll probably be reincarnated at this point, that the thing that you wanted to fix, change, shift in the world is already healed. Now act as if that's true. What would you be doing? How would your life be? That's how you change. Now, the card that you get is love. And typically this is a romantic card, but the 2 of Cups, feels like you don't have to do it alone. There is an energy exchange. You can work with a group of people or another person to get this thing done. But also that idea of leading from the heart. Truly leading from the heart. That's how you get it done. Okay? That's for you, pile number 1. Pile number 2. Okay. Ooh, Galactic Grandmother. Ooh, I just got chills. Galactic Grandmother. And then your card is the Strength card. I'm sorry. It says Strength up top, but it's the 9 of Wands. This is fascinating. The Galactic Grandmother, there's a spider in there, which first of all, spider to me is always the web you weave. It is about our karma. It is about our fate. But this idea of the Galactic Grandmother, the oldest, wisest knowledge, it's like you're supposed to be connecting to Earth on a deeper level. You can even see, I don't know if this is a cell. I have no idea if this is a cell. Is it a cell? Is it an amoeba? I don't know, but you can see that there are trees or like little leaves coming off of it. So there is a piece of this that is connected to Earth, especially with the spider, with the leaves. But there is then the galactic piece, which is connected to so much more, so much deeper than that. And a recognizing of the impact that you are having on a much deeper level. But there is also something about cellular healing in here. You could be pushed to be, as far as like a visionary healer, you could be healing the earth. You could be healing the animals. You could be healing people on a cellular molecular level, which by the way is IET, integrated energy therapy. or maybe you're a shaman, or maybe you're a medicine woman. Like you could be, or medicine man. You could be in that level too, where you're really healing people on a deep level. And there is like all sorts of support, love. The Nine of Wands in this particular case is like protective of what it's built, protective of what it's cultivated. It's proud of what it is. It's proud of what it's got. It's proud of how it's manifested, its skills and resources and tools and knowledges. And so you possess everything that you need in order to be successful at whatever this is. I'll have to read. I'll read. Maybe I'll read it right now, because sometimes the message in the card. Let's see. Galactic Grandmother, attributes, Mother Nature, wisdom, stern but loving grandparents. The Galactic Grandmother is providing you her blessing of love and joy. She wants only what's best for you, but she will smack you over the head and set you straight if you veered off. She's a stern and loving Bubba, and your Galactic Grandmother isn't afraid to call you out on your BS. Grandmother is the essence of Pachamama, the earth, Mother Nature. Come sit for a bit. Come sit for a bit of cake and tea. She's here to share with you the timeless wisdom of stories, values, and guidance passed down through the ages. I love this. So, I think I was picking some of that up, but it's so fascinating. This goes even so much deeper. This to me even feels like DNA. What is in our DNA? Some of that is also epigenetics. If you need to read a book on that, you can read It Didn't Start With You by Mark Wolin. Phenomenal book. I'll tag it down below. Let me write that down. Sorry. But I love this for you, okay? Pile number 2. So protect what you've cultivated and protect what you know to be true, especially protecting the sacred information that is being passed through you, through your ancestors, through your grandparents, etc. Okay, so that's for you, pile number 2. Pile number 3. Okay, pile number 3, coming soon. Welcome to the ascending age. Okay, it feels to me like you're just slightly behind the curve here. Not in a bad way, just slightly behind the curve. And then you got the Six of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so let's talk about it. Because the card is coming soon, the ascending age, which to me, this is the age of Aquarius, but it's almost like you are not yet ready for what the age of Aquarius will bring for you. Or for some of you, that Pluto moving into Aquarius might be a little bit more of a challenge in the beginning. As you're adjusting to what this energy is going to bring, because Pluto, being the planet of transformation, being the phoenix, means it's going to burn something to the ground first. And for some of us, that's already happened and we've already stepped into that deeper Aquarian energy. But for you, that might be just starting to happen now. It may not be. It may have already happened, but you are still dealing with the repercussions and the consequences of whatever that burning is, so that you can actually rise from the ashes and rise more informed. So we have some really lovely, there's alchemy in here. I see silver, bronze, iron. Okay. And so there's even some alchemy that's going on in here. And again, to me, alchemy is the process of transmutation, process of transformation. And so there is something that you have probably not yet fully integrated that needs to get healed and integrated before you actually move into that ascended piece of the age of Aquarius. Now, by the way, none of us in this lifetime are hitting the peak or the pinnacle of Aquarius, of the age of Aquarius. Any age is roughly 2,000 years, and every peak of an age is about 1,000 years. So if this is the beginning, and really, I think the beginning was around 2004 or 5, 2006. That was like the beginning of the age of Aquarius. But this year in particular, through 2044, is really anchoring it in. But figure we're not even a century into this energy. So don't be dismayed that you might not hit the pinnacle of it, because we as a collective consciousness will not hit the pinnacle of the age of Aquarius until about 1,000 years from now. So we have a few lifetimes to keep reiterating before we actually get to accomplish and enjoy our success. Now, interesting, because you got the success card, but you got it reversed. The Six of Pentacles is all about being open to giving and receiving. And so, where have you been blocking yourself from receiving the blessings of what Aquarius can bring for you? Where do you block your ability to cultivate success? Where do you block your ability to receive? Where are you unwilling to give and maybe uncompromising? You have to look at all of that, because that to me is the message here, that there is something that is looking to come in that maybe you're stonewalling. You're like, I can't do that. But really what the age of Aquarius is trying to do is help you. But the fact that it's like coming soon, welcome to the next ascending age. To me, there's still this idea of balancing reciprocity with giving, and also where you're being uncompromising, where you're being almost relentless in sticking to the plan as it is, instead of allowing the plan to unfold as you move along. Sometimes you come across something in the plan that requires you to change and adapt where you couldn't have possibly prepared for. This is kind of giving me the same vibes. Okay, so that's for you, deck number 3, pile number 3. I love you guys. I will see you next week.